What's up, guys? It's Joel Parshers Paintball. Today, we're here, the one and only, the Cody, the Codester, and we are here to bring you some great paintball news for August of 2024. We've got some spicy topics. We're excited to talk about it. Stay tuned. As always, like and subscribe. We'll see you guys after the intro. Alright, Cody. Had some spicy topics to talk about. Not spicy, just kind of interesting. Some things happening within the world of paintball that are really exciting. So that's obviously very promising. First and foremost, guys, Pittsburgh Open Classic was actually last weekend. We're here. It's like, I think, the second week of second week of August. Something like that. Anyways, Pittsburgh Open Classic just happened, guys. For those of you that are unfamiliar, it was initially the Iron City Classic. It was founded by the one and only, the legendary Tim Montresor. And since then, it has really blossomed into something. So the Pittsburgh Open Classic is held at Urban Assault Paintball. There is a lot of paintball icons that play this event. It is a 10-man open mechanical event, Cody. It's kind of interesting.
Playing mechanical.
It's pretty cool. Like, all the guys show up with their, like, super fancy mechs. Yeah. And then, like, you get the, like, divisional speedball players that are showing up with their, like, ETHA 3M or their E-Mech.
What it is.
Yeah. So it's really cool. You play different fields. You play the Mounds field. There's a hyperball field, which is kind of like more speedball related. The Mounds field is like, the Mounds field's kind of crazy because, like, you can't see what's going on. Because it's just these gigantic mounds in front of you.
Does every team, no matter what you sign up for, play all three fields, or do they play one field?
They play all three.
Word.
Yep. So you don't get an option on what field you get to play who on.
Yeah.
You're just assigned it.
Like how, like, we could play all three fields in a day in NSXL. Like, they could play all three fields.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's correct. You play the majority of your games on Saturday, and then you play a few games on Sunday. Yeah. And I think it's like a total like 8 or 10 games, something like that.
A lot of games.
And I think 5-man, so there is an open 5-man that's held, but I think that's only held on Friday night. Okay. The main event is for 10-man.
Gotcha.
And there's a lot of people within the industry, a lot of professional players that come out and play it. And then there's a lot of divisional guys that come out just to have a good time. And I've played it pretty much every year in the past with Colby Beeson, the previous owner of Punishers, and a lot of the previous guys I used to play with. And it's always a good time, a lot of good camaraderie. So, guys, Adrenaline won Pittsburgh Open Classic with their brand new Adrenaline idols. Saw some videos on the internet of that. They are. It is a really cool milling job that they've done on that.
I think it might be better than the last ones, you think?
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks sick.
I think the annos that they did on the last one, they killed it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm really excited to see once it comes out. The one that James Grayley had was Dust Black, but I'm really excited to see like what an anno like this or something's going to look on it. I think it's going to look really cool. And there's going to obviously be some functionality changes to it. It's auto cocker thread. There's going to be different mechanical features and stuff like that with the Adrenaline. So overall, I think it was a good event. Seemed like there was some drama, as always. There's going to be drama. It's paintball.
We're spending a lot of money to shoot people.
Yeah, and nothing gets spicier than mechanical tournament, Mexican standoffs, and all that stuff. Next up, guys, we are here to talk about the Valken new facility that was open in Swedesboro, New Jersey. Basically, what Valken had to say about it was it's basically like just a larger warehouse, more state-of-the-art facility for them to grow. The way I read it was their paintball production.
So they're making...
They are making paint in the U.S., yes. Yeah, so they have encapsulation machines, and everything is coming fresh from, I believe, that New Jersey plant, which is really exciting. And, like last month in July, we talked about Core kind of matching that because all of GI paint is made in Canada, was made in Canada, but they just had to move a facility to Nevada, I think was where it was, Reno. And I think they kind of did that to bring in the same concept. Yeah. American-made paintballs. It's something that, and logistically it makes more sense. Yeah. For sure. I mean, we'll get better paint, hopefully. So, yeah, for sure. So, kudos to Valken for that. We're really excited to have that. The paint that we've been shooting at Level Up
It's been great.
It's been a lot better.
Way better.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, and I think that's all because it's being made here. It's not on a container ship for.
Yeah, that's
You know,
the biggest thing. Is you have to ship it, and like when we ship paint overnight or the next day, it's like people still have complaints sometimes. Like it's never gonna be right.
Yeah.
Like, we care, but nobody else really cares.
Right.
As much.
Right. Okay. Next thing, guys. Oliver Lang, the one and only, the Hormesis paintball legend, just paintball legend in general. They are officially underway in Europe with their, traveling and everything else like that. I just watched their YouTube episode on that. If you guys haven't checked that out, it's really interesting. I think it was a guy from, I can't remember, but it was some European, middle European country that he won.
I usually follow him a lot.
So it was really cool. It was basically like the tour to find the best in Europe. There was players from all over Europe that traveled to be there. It was really exciting to see that the format seems to be taking off. I think we're going to end up taking this and talk about this in a separate episode, like what is the future of paintball, but Oliver seems to think that it's with this one-on-one stuff.
Yeah, I see it pop up all by like it's not Oliver Lane doing it. It's just some random in Mexico
person doing it.
Yeah, in Mexico, and it's just some huge league that they travel around Mexico and do it.
So, I mean, logistically, like it's a lot easier. I think that's kind of like what one of his main selling points with it when he was at Level Up last year was it's a lot easier to set it up. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a full-size X-ball field.
That you don't need all these people that you have to work for.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you don't need 10 guys.
20, 30 guys with you to ref 3 fields.
Right.
You're reffing 1 field, and it was like 2 or 3 hours, and it was all pretty much done.
It was, yeah. I mean, it was for the joust portion of it. The duel was an all-day thing, but that was just because there was so many people trying to compete. Yeah. But, like if you and I wanted to go out and set it up in the back of, maybe not the back of the store, but like the back of my house, it's almost small enough of a field that we could set it up in like a backyard and do it, assuming that there's no other houses around or whatever. Yeah. But, so it's really cool to see that he's trying to bring it to Europe. Maybe at some point, we'll debut it in the NXL. So who knows? Who knows? Speaking of the NXL, guys, since we're on that subject, kind of out of order here on my notes, but Paintball has officially debuted on ESPN. Cody, did you watch?
No, I was playing Paintball.
Cody's like, I missed it.
No, I didn't miss it because we were hoping Steph was going to be there, but Steph showed up at 12 for some reason, and we're all like, man, we're leaving in an hour. So then we missed all.
He's probably doing military things.
Yeah,
shout out to our big boy Steph.
He was doing something. I didn't know.
So here's the deal, Cody. It released at Saturday at midnight. Was the first debut last weekend, or it was either midnight or 1. I won't lie. I had a few drinks. I was out at the Luke Combs concert in Cincinnati, so I didn't watch it. But they re-debuted it on Sunday morning. I think it was a contingency based upon the fact of how well it performed on Saturday night. Yeah. You guys did what you needed to do, got it back on air on Sunday at noon.
Yeah, some guy just came in the store and said it's on ESPN 1 or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was recording it and it didn't record.
Oh, really?
Now I have to rewatch it. And I was like, there you go.
But needless to say, guys, I think Tom Cole, I mean, like him or not, has obviously done a good job because, that is definitely probably one of the most mainstream steps that we've had in quite some time on getting good exposure for the sport. So I definitely think that whatever he's doing over there with the NXL is working. And, just overall, it was really cool to see that.
Yeah, they said it was great. I was in... the head mount one was a little shaky, and I'm like, well, it's not going to be perfect.
Right.
That's for sure.
Right. Yeah.
You're never going to get that one perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're moving way too fast for even us to know what's going on.
I think adding that perspective of what our players shooting at and everything else like that, having goggle mounts, camera mounts, whatever the case may be, I definitely think that that's a direction that paintball needs to go in.
It'd be very interesting. It's just you're never going to get the whole match on their head.
Right.
Never.
Yeah. No.
It's going to great.
Especially your front players that are diving around.
But it's going to be some great content. Great content.
Yeah, for sure. I think that there's a lot of room to be had when it comes to putting more cameras on a field. I don't think that there's anything necessarily wrong with the way that X-Ball is being currently played. I think it's part of it is like we need to first optimize what we have. Goggle cameras, barrel cameras, more cameras on the field, different, angles, one camera in each corner of the field.
They do it good when it goes across the top.
I love that.
Those are good films. So.
For Go Sports, I love that. So, but yeah, guys, so stay tuned. I'm sure NXL, if the NXL is going to debut more on ESPN, or Major League Paintball, I should say. If Major League Paintball comes back to ESPN, be sure that you watch and support when it comes to that. A few last things that we'd like to point out. Hell Survivors just hosted Monster Game. We were there. Thank you guys, everyone that stopped by and saw us. We had a great time. It's actually under new ownership this year. So we had a really good time, and it was a great event. I think there was just around 1,000 players.
She said 980 something registered players.
And that was on Sunday morning.
Yeah, that was Sunday morning.
So overall, guys, it was a really good event. The other thing I'd like to mention is that if you guys haven't checked it out, God Films, our good friend Nick Pellegrino, he actually was there and did some footage on Sunday, and he actually has a video highlighting it on his YouTube channel. So go check that out, because that was basically a great highlight of
him being dogs.
Yeah, just dogging out.
Just
Dog. Having a great time, and we had a great time at the booth. Let's see here. If you're a Geo R5 owner or looking to purchase a Geo R5, we're completely caught up on that, so that's one thing I'd like to mention on the product releases. As you guys can see here, we've got this Cody's got this really nice,
beautiful red.
Yeah, dust red, all red, because they released 2 new colors: the Revenge, which is the black and red, and then the Renaissance, which is the purple with sandstone. 2 new colors that Planet released last week, so now we can make an all red gun, which is really cool. And then the Renaissance was a color that could already be made, so it was just a part swap. So there's nothing new there, but the nice part is now we can make all red.
Is this going to be a new color for good, or is this a limited?
New color for good. New color for good. Gotcha. I think we're going to sell a lot of them, and we've got this one right now available. It's ready to ship.
It's ready.
So yeah, we're caught up on those, but my point being was that Bunker Kings and Virtue released that they are in collaboration with Planet, or I should say Planet released that they're in collaboration with Bunker Kings and Virtue when it comes to the loader issues with the Spire 5 and the Control 2 on the R5. They were talking about it potentially just being like a firmware update on the loaders. I've personally used on the GOR5 that we actually have posted on the U site. That was our test gun. We've used that like 40,000 shots. We did a couple efficiency tests with my Spire 5.
A lot of different people's setups. A lot of different people's setups have been on that gun.
And I never once noticed any problems with it when it came to the Spire 5. Maybe with the control, it was a little bit slower and started a slight bit. But stay tuned, guys, because we're actually going to take that GOR5 and we are going to take all the loaders, including this new Triad, and we are going to put them on the marker, do uncapped ramp, do capped ramp, and see if we can cause any of that, replicate any of that. But it is good to hear that Bunker Kings and Virtue is trying to resolve the issue, and Planet is too. So yeah,
it was fast. It was very fast.
It was. Yeah. So kudos to all those guys.
A week or two.
Yeah, for sure. So product releases, guys. That's all we got as far as news goes. Product releases. Got this beautiful Ultimate Starburst Fade is what we're calling it. Done by Armored Anodizing out of Indiana. They did a really hot. This thing's beautiful, man. And stay tuned because we got more stuff coming from both Outlaw and Armored. And then HK Army released 8845s. When we did this video, we're still waiting for FedEx to deliver. They're actually supposed to be delivered today, so by the time that you see this video, they'll be up on the website. We had a few that we took to Monster Game, but they all sold, so we didn't even post them on the website yet. That's why we haven't had them. And then obviously 68 and 77s, we actually have those back in stock, so that's promising. And then, the JT Triad, guys. We have those in stock as well.
All different colors.
All the different colors, so we're ready to rock and ready to ship on those. And I'm actually really excited about this. I know that some people think that it's ugly. Some people think that it's big. from a functionality standpoint and a price standpoint, I think it's a phenomenal loader.
Yeah.
Me personally, it offers a lot of technology. You get 2 different sensing systems. You already get a spring ramp. You already get a speed feed, all for $150. Cody,
the price.
What's your unbiased opinion? No bullshit.
I mean, that and like the IR2 is like best price loaders.
Yeah.
On the market.
Yeah, and bundle wise, with the IR2, you're in the what 160s, 170s, I think.
Yeah, unless you get the deal, but the deal is hardly ever going on.
Right. So,
yeah, I mean, you're like 150, 160 for sure.
Yeah. So you're in that same price point with the Spire IR2. With this, you've got 2 sensing technologies similar to the Spire 5. You get the speed feed and all that stuff as well. So it's comparable, and I would say, yeah, I mean, Spire IR2.
I just say that because the IR2 is like a workhorse.
It is.
This is going to be like your fancy loader.
Yeah.
You get everything you need right here.
I think people's largest complaint has been so far with this
the size
and the weight. Me personally, I don't mind that. Profile wise, when you put it on the back of a marker, I actually really like the way that it fits. I might actually end up using one.
I didn't notice any weight problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I use
and you know, as a front player, like, you know,
I just could tell how long it was.
Yeah.
Like, I'd snap out and I'm like looking all the way down. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. For me, it was, I don't mind it. I like it actually because me sitting in the back shooting a lot of paint, I really like it. The other thing that's nice about it is if you are a mechanical player, I think that we're going to find a lot of people switching to the Triad just because, you know, the R2, the die R2, and the die LTR has been kind of the mechanical go-to. This is going to give people another option. And then, you know, if you've got a GOR5, if you want higher rates of fire, if you're not a guy that's playing NXL or some sort of X-Ball, and you want higher rates of fire with a R5 and you can't get it with the Control 2 or the Spire 5, you're going to be able to use the Triad. And I don't think that a lot of people are actually thinking about that right now. Like, they're not considering the Triad. Capacity, I think, is 215. Yeah, so it does hold a little bit more. But yeah, it's a great loader, guys. So make sure you guys check on that. We have all the colors in stock ready to ship as well when it comes to that. So with that said, Cody, I think that's everything we got for August.
Everything.
Yep. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the month of September. I'm sure we will have some more spicy stuff for you guys. Thank you guys, and we'll see you guys soon.